What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 26 of Light of the Azure, our attempts to stabilize the Great Vortex and, prevent the world from imploding. So, over the last few weeks, we've been building up towards getting ahead in the rituals. We have 6 more turns to go before the ritual, I think it's of the Seafarer? Explorer is completed, and we do have some evil forces coming in. We lost a couple of our good captains to this particular army stack. They hurt them. Generally didn't do too much, but they did drop them down a fair bit. So we've got 3 full stacks of chaos forces coming in, 2 that are Skaven. And they have some really, really nasty troops in them. Gutter runner slingers, Deathglow bombardiers, which are, I believe, a legendary unit for the Skaven. And of course your typical storm vermin, doom wheel, warp lightning thrower, plague claw catapults. All the stuff that makes us kind of squeamish. Lots of artillery, lots of rats, lots of storm vermin. But our valiant lords and heroes are ready to defend. We got Sheena Yan, Phoenix, and Sunshine ready to engage, and of course my main army stack with some Phoenix Guard, Swordmasters, and a couple of dragons with some heavy cavalry are ready to see them off. We have to hold Lothern, Etain? The Gain Vale, and Tor Ilir. I've just been rereading the Sundering books about the rise of Malekith. Yeah, definitely want to hang on to Tor Ilir and the Gain Vale. All the Chaos Forces have to come through here, so we've got a nice choke point. We're going to deal with them, and it's going to be great. And of course, out west, we have Chaplain Grimaldus, our good hero PC the Sound Elf, and some other forces ready to hang on and fight. Of course, Fady Lace is up there. Awesome lady streamer. If you haven't checked her out, check back in through the videos. She does some amazing streams. Awesome lady. But we're pretty solid over here. I think we're going to be taking on these orcs not too long from now. And we might try to take on the Altar of Ultimate Darkness. It has a rather large garrison. But if we can take that out, we're going to hurt Naggarond even more. We've already got one of the 3 cities for their main realm under our control. So we don't have to worry about it too much. We do have to worry about the Norse that are up north of us, but I'm not really seeing them as a huge threat, because if they retake some of the cities that we abandon, we'll be okay. So we do have an unspent skill point and a maxed level PC the Sound Elf. So let's go in and see what our final point for him is going to be. He's been doing a heck of a lot of work for us. Speed and leadership are always things that I flip between. He's on a Great Eagle, so speed is not that big of a thing. And of course, we're not going with an Ithilmar Chariot, so we're going to be doing that. And that would be Agnew popping up. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the show for today. Yeah, I think you're dead in this playthrough, so sorry. But we'll grab the last point of leadership, so we'll be fine there. And of course, PC hasn't done anything yet this turn. We're going to get him to cause some more havoc. Damage some units. Generally be himself. And then we come down with Sinina and Chaplain and deal with that army. We do have a couple other heroes that are left over from our confederations. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with them yet, but we can start bringing them down this way. Possibly rename them. And we have a fairly large treasury right now, especially since we lost a couple of rather important lords and full army stacks. Wasn't that great? We can start upgrading some of these citadels to get us even more resources. Don't want to go too overboard with it, because, well, don't want to waste too much money. Tor Anrock, of course, being one of the capitals of the Elven Nation, it's rather important, and I didn't realize how much so until I started reading through the Sundering trilogy again, and yeah, Tor Anrock's a big thing. So is Anlek, and basically the entire northwest coast of Ulthuan is a big deal. So we do have all those going out. We have our one scout lord going down this way. We'll grab some more money and some favorable winds, and then I think we're going to head south and see what we can see along this coastline. If we can start helping out the lore masters a little bit, I think it would be okay. The Altar of the Horned Rat would be great to take, but I have a feeling that there's a lot of Skaven in there, and attacking them with a small force would be disastrous. But we could swing further south and possibly get a foothold on Lustria. I think we're going to have to at some point, and we can just encamp them and get some troops down there to deal with it. Up here, well, we're just kind of waiting for the rest of our troops to finish recruiting, and then we're going to see what the Chaos Forces do, so let's just jump into it. See what the other nations decide to do. Litania being one of the lords that we confederated with, another hero that's just moving around. Haven't really had a chance to rename them yet, but we'll get to that eventually. We'll see what the lore masters do. And I apologize if I sound a little bit tired compared to usual, guys. I know I'm often saying that, so it's kind of par for the course. Not a lot of sleep. Massive road trip working with my rigger family, and, well, we rocked it out. It was great. It's amazing when you work with people for so many years that eventually you start to get into a kind of a flow and a rhythm, and it all works out. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Nagrond is still worrying me a little bit, because they do have a couple of black arcs right near our shoreline. I think that's what we were bringing Litania down for. I don't know what their status with the Chaos Forces are. They do worship Slanesh. I would love to take them on, but those are black arcs, and black arcs are incredibly tough to deal with, especially if they're gathering troops up for them. I think it is all Clan Pestilence down south, because Clan Morse has been destroyed. So it's Clan Pestilence that's running their ritual now. And I think Kothik is going to take back some of the other cities that have been lost up on the northeast coast, because, well, we bought some time and delayed. It's a little bit out there. And, of course, we are still at war with Yvres, and if they decide to fight us, it won't necessarily be good. But I'm not really thinking that they're going to right now. A lot of little lizardmen factions. And yes, that's definitely a Skaven stronghold at the Sentinels of Time. Damaging the walls of it. And I'm pretty sure the Altar of the Horned Rat is too, because, well, the Horned Rat is their god. So it would make sense. I still don't know what the Pirates of Sartosa are doing. They've been doing this the entire campaign, running fleets of troops up and down the eastern coast, and then getting destroyed by Yvresian response fleets. So I'm kind of wondering if Yvres will go out there and deal with them, or what? They are a potential ally, even though they're human. I'm not really sure what we should do with the Pirates of Sartosa, to be honest. And the Spine of Sotek Dwarves, I honestly have no idea what they've been doing this entire campaign. And the Vampire Coast. So these are the guys that we're worried about moving around, the Puppets of Chaos coming in. Maybe they'll attack Yvres. Oh, nope, they're going to siege Lassiel, which separates them even more. And with them going into a march stance, they cannot retreat from the fight. If we can get all of our lords up, that's going to be a good fight. Alright, so it looks like Senina has leveled up again. What are we going to grab this time? We have pretty much all of her spells the way we're wanting them. Tempest, I've been finding, is less and less effective. But Fiery Convocation and Arcane Unforging are great skills to have. So let's take a look here. We can probably get in and engage these Ratmen this turn.
Direct me.
I think that's what we're going to have to do. So let's move Phoenix as close as we can. We will pop Sunshine back into normal stance.
Asur princess.
And we will let Sheena Yan be the one to engage openly. Now the question is, yes, we want that southern army to be the one we start the fight with.
At them! We don't need prisoners.
Well, we definitely don't need prisoners. We have to destroy these armies as much as we can. So let's get into this fight. This should be good. We do have 2,000 extra elves coming in to help us, which is about the same as the Skaven, but one for one our elves are better because they're awesome warriors. We have some Phoenix Guard, some heavy cavalry, Great Eagles, Bolt Throwers, Phoenix A? I'm going to need to figure out what the plural for that is. So their reinforcements are coming up from over there, not too worried. And they're starting pretty much in the defensive there. Usually on this particular map, I try to hold one of the hills. And I'm thinking it's going to be this one. We're going to set up and we'll bring all of our forces up here. So the first big thing to do is get our bolt throwers with a good line of sight. And we will use our Phoenix and Great Eagle units to counter their artillery. Let's send them over here. And they'll be good for that. The Phoenix Guard are the real heavy hitters in this army right now. Anyone who is not aware of the story of the Phoenix Guard, think of the most taciturn and awesome warriors you can think of. The Phoenix Guard make them look very, very, very weak. These guys have seen all Phoenix Kings past, present, and future, and are magically bound to silence. So when they charge into battle, they don't have any battle cries. They don't say a word at all, in fact. Alright, so our reinforcements are going to start coming on in droves. Give it a second to see what's up. We're going to get our Phoenixes and our Great Eagles to come over this way while we're waiting for the rest of the forces to get on the field. I think that's all of them? Probably more. Like I said, we have a pretty freaking large army. I'll send the Phoenixes in one at a time to deal with them. Let's pause real quick. So Phoenix and his army are coming in from this side. Let's see what we can do about getting them into some sort of position. At least up to the point where we can defend a main line over there. He does have some eagle claws, which we will try and get in position. I kind of want all of our artillery to be in the same general area. We do have some horse archers. We will... It's going to take a little bit to organize these guys. So many troops. But that's kind of the point of doing massive battles like this. And of course the Skaven do have the Terror Below ability, I think that's what it's called. They can pop up random troops at various points over the map. Let's see what's come in for our northern reinforcements. Some more Phoenix Guard, some more Lothern Sea Guard. And of course another hero. Just move them up in general. It's going to be the Phoenixes that are going to cause our first little bit of damage here. Get over around behind the Skaven lines and we'll see what happens. I'm really worried about dealing with these Plague Claw catapults and the Warp Lightning cannons. And that would be specifically why. So let's take this Phoenix over and we're going to start our bombing run. See how much we can do on their artillery to start. probably use the other one to hit their infantry. Go through and do as much damage as we can with these Phoenix. While we have the advantage. The only thing that really worries me in the entire Skaven force right now is their artillery pieces. They do not have much in the way of decent ranged units. Alright, so let's gather our Phoenixes and our Great Eagles together back here. They're going to go after all of their ranged units. I'm not too worried about individual Skaven units, because they're fairly weak. It's just their artillery we got to worry about, and they're going to have more over there. A mage right now would be awesome. And this is the point where we have to actually watch the health of our flyers. Not too worried about the Skaven going up the hill just yet. As long as we can blow up most of these war machines, we should be good. We've routed their war machines up there, and we'll just send our flyers over to deal with the other ones. We should swap all of our Eagle Claws over to the Mast Bolts. Picking them out from the wide range of units that we have is a little difficult right now. We have a lot of elves. So let's actually get you to fly in and go after that Warp Lightning Cannon. Like I said, the Skaven units individually do not bother me. The fact that they have a Lord on a Screaming Bell over here is kind of worrying, but not overtly worrying. As soon as they get within range of our archers, they're really going to start to suffer. That's their Lord on a... Oh, that's their Doom Wheel. Oops, that's their Gracier. I want to go after their Plague Claw Catapults. This is why I like the flyers for the High Elves. They are so maneuverable, you can get around right behind other things. Just deal with them. Of course, the Skaven up front here are getting peppered with arrows. This is a fight that we are eminently able to win, as long as we can deal with the artillery pieces. Because 1-for-1, the Skaven troops do not match our forces in general.
Princess of Ulthuan! Move! If
Is more of a delaying tactic. It's their artillery and their specialist troops that are really, really the Skaven's strength. Sheehan, let's get you to start shooting those storm vermin.
Loyal! We go! For Ulthuan! Spearmen!
Let's really hammer those guys. These white lions are the ones that are kind of at risk right now. Let's have these Phoenix Guard come in and hit from the side. Same with these Phoenix Guard. Well, these Phoenix Guard are going to deal with those Poison Wind Globuladiers. I think we have torqued all of their artillery pieces, so this fight is pretty much ours to lose right now. A lot of the Skaven are broken. Of course, they cannot withdraw from this battle because they marched.
Archers! To battle! Attack!
That is a lot of Ratman corpses. Still too many elves for my liking, but this should sufficiently deal with the Ratman armies that are out here. They're starting to break left, right, and center. I'm seeing a lot of routing. And there we go. So that should eliminate the Skaven threat for this ritual. And we only lost 126 elves. Still too many in my books, but look at the devastation done to the Skaven armies. That is just outrageous.
Triumph for Ulthuan! The Kadai honor me! Treading lightly.
And that was a massive, massive victory. So, Sunshine, you have gained Savior. Reinforcement range is increased by 20% because you've been reinforcing everyone. And Exterminator, Phoenix, you've killed so many Skaven that you're now really, really, really good at it. Alright, so let's go into Sheeny Yan. She has a point to spend. We're actually going to give you Deadeye this round, I think. Try and balance you out a little bit.
Protector of
And Phoenix, where are we up to with you? We can get you a Great Eagle. Ooh, that's a tough call. There's a lot of skills in here that would be great, but you know what? Let's actually just grab him a Great Eagle. That would probably be the best idea. And that's not one of the provinces. There we go. There is Sunshine.
loyal to a fault.
So she is pretty much set on those. Let's get her Foe Seeker, get her in range with that deadly bow of hers a little bit quicker.
Prime for action.
So since this Chaos Army has marched,
Onward!
let's move our troops a little bit closer, and we're going to fight it out with them. Because they cannot retreat either.
Protector of Ulthuan. None shall live. Strong
And
leader is needed.
yeah, we're going to fight this one out. We'll give one of the banners to our
My prowess
Phoenix
is
Guard there. You can go into this and deal with this large, imposing Chaos stack that has a lot of cannons. These guys worry me a little bit more because Chaos is just Chaos, and they are far, far better at what they do than the Skaven. Their troops are more than a match 1-to-1 with our elves. And we are really deep in the woods, and we have a massive advantage from the hill here. So I think we are going to be slightly aggressive if we can. We have the cover of the woods, and that's going to give us pretty prime advantage engaging these Chaos forces. The Chaos Knights are the ones that are the big, big worry to me. But if we take our eagle claws, put them somewhere about there, so, yeah, that's going to give us a fair coverage over their forces. Stay in the woods as much as we can. Phoenix, I want you in the center there. Our cavalry are going to swing around to the left, especially since we have reinforcements coming from that range. Can we actually sneak our Illyrian Reavers over here? Yes, we can. Alright, so we have reinforcements coming directly from back here. I wonder if that's going to be all of the reinforcements. We do have 2 armies coming in to help us out. It looks like they're coming in from 2 places along the back quarter here.
It will be done.
As soon as those Phoenixes and Great Eagles are on the map, we're going to be sending them off to do a lot of work.
Orders received. For Ulthuan.
Let's see if we can knock those Hell Cannons out. Let's get the other Eagle Claws up here. We have a couple of Great Eagles now, and we'll send them flying across. We do have some Dragon Princes, our heavy, heavy cavalry. Got other Eagle Claws up top.
By Alario. Moving out.
And it looks like our forces are getting shot at a fair bit. I'm going to get as many troops as we can into the fight as quickly as possible. Let's just pause really quick and get a little organized. So we're going to take that stack of units. We're going to come up and shore up our left flank. Dragon Princes are already moving. We're going to grab all of our archers and Lothern Sea Guard here. Get them assembled somewhere up like that. Dragon Princes, of course, are moving. Let's have our second unit of White Lions there, and our other unit of Phoenix Guard come up behind. Sheena Yang can come sit in the center here, and we'll have Sunshine come up right there. Our Illyrian Reavers are taking a little bit of heat. Not too much, though. I was kind of hoping our cavalry would buy us the time we need. Our cavalry's doing some work. Pause really quickly. It's going to be a lot of hit and fade with our Great Eagles. What's up with our bolt throwers here? Oh, it looks... Why was our bolt thrower up? Oh, okay. That makes sense now. That was kind of a oops on my part. Front line's starting to get really, really hit up here. Let's see if we can kind of turn this around a little bit. Oh, wow, we actually have Chaos Trolls right in our main ranks. So we'll start using a few of our abilities. Start charging down, too. And we might as well charge those Dragon Princes right into the fray. They're going to do some work. It's the other Eagle Claws coming up. Silver Helms are doing okay down there. Our Illyrians are doing alright. Carpet bomb these artillery pieces. And then swiftly fly in and attack. As long as they're not doing anything, they're not shooting our men. These Chaos Warhounds are
Will be done.
becoming a bit of a pain. We're going to send our White Lions over there after them. Dragon Princes. Not only is their armor awesome, man, are they tough.
As you say, ancestors.
Alright, let's grab our Phoenix. Let's actually get everybody back up into the air. Start flying, my birdies! Fly! Where did our Illyrians end up? There they are. Let's have you go in and harass those Chaos Knights.
Acknowledged.
Seems they're going for a dedicated flank shot.
Spearmen.
And we're just going to roll right through.
Death to all.
Hey, Union of Spearmen's actually going to go take that out. They're foolish enough to move one of their Hell Cannons that close.
Ready and eager.
It's a bit of a clustery mess up on the hill.
Understood.
We now have additional reinforcements coming up. The Silver Helms have kind of lost the fight down here a little bit.
Loyal.
So since we've got their Hell Cannon in melee, let's just charge our Great Eagles in to help out our noble young elves.
Archers. We away. Draw back.
As you say. For order.
Let's fire a huge volley of arrows into this main crowd here. See if we can whittle them down a little bit.
Asur.
These spearmen can come up. These halberdiers, or Phoenix Guard, can go after those Chaos Knights.
For duty.
Without fail. For Ulthuan.
Battle is definitely weighted in our favor.
Illyrian archers. Oliar!
Fury of Ulthuan.
Draw back.
Those Chaos Knights are about to have a really, really, really bad day. And of course the Chaos Forces cannot withdraw because they marched. So we're going to just let them off the hook a little bit. Lost a lot more elves this time, but it's Chaos. Chaos armies are definitely stronger than Skaven armies.
A noble victory. Journeying.
Alright, so we got a Rampager standard. Our heroes are doing awesome. We'll have Phoenix go up and reclaim Cairn
What
Thel.
would you have of me? Onward.
We'll have
I serve
Xinian
Phoenix King. On my
and
way.
Sunshine deal with that other stack. Even if they destroy that, I'm not too worried. Now over in the west here, PC, we're going to get you to assault the units there again. Definitely not bad. And then we're going to send out Chaplain Grimaldus on his shiny dragon to deal with them.
Going forth. No mercy.
And that's definitely outside of our range of dealing with, so we're just going to auto-resolve, wipe them out.
At your
Call that a
service.
day. So, Chaplain, you are on a Star Dragon, you're immortal. You have a ton of really awesome stuff. We're going to finally get you the Valor of the Ages, at least the rank 1 version of it.
Ulthuan Prince.
And then we're going to send you back to a march stance and send you back to Kael'ra.
I serve the king.
Should be good there. And we make a ton of money right now. Malekith's old capital of Toranlek. It's basically a citadel. It's a huge place. What can we do in this smaller one? You know what? It'd be fitting. In Nagaroth itself, towards Renil, to have a Shrine of Azuran, but I kind of want to put that in Toranlek just to spite the Witch King. So we'll grab some other things for now. And we might as well put an embassy in there. Not too worried about it. To our Asur. And let's see. What are the odds that the Lore Masters would confederate with us?
I refuse.
Apparently not. At least not right now.
At your service.
Tyrannoch, which only has the one little place, if they join the Confederation, that wouldn't be bad. And they've confederated with us, so
Can I
there's
offer
that.
assistance? What would you have of the Phoenix?
And we cannot do that for a few turns, so Tyrannoch is now back within the fold.
We stand ready for action.
This is another princess. A little bit of a boost down there. I'm okay with that. It's better than fighting it out. We'll send Erethrond down to uncover more of the Southlands in here. Wow. Teclis lost the Star Tower. This is a big elven place. He lost it. That would explain why he's pushing through the very, very, very south of the map. That's that there. And with those Chaos armies bloodied and broken, we can reinforce the city whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce again because I butcher it every time. Let's give it one more turn. See what the other nations decide to do.
What do you seek?
Mage of Ulthuan.
Makes me wonder if Teclis is actually hurting Clan Pestilence at all. Well, it looks like apparently the answer is yes. They're taking on Clan Pestilence and doing a lot of damage. I don't think the Skaven are going to be able to catch us as far as rituals go. I don't even think the Druchii are going to be able to do that. If the Druchii do pipe up, though, I'm going to send a intervention force over there to slow them down. And then start going hog wild with Chaplain Grimaldus and Fadilace and see if we can do some damage to them. I'm really hoping that I don't have to engage those Black Arcs. The Black Arcs by themselves are not threatening without a land army to actually do anything with. But they essentially control the seas. They're a giant chunk of land that floats. They're a castle that floats. Citadel, a dread place that floats. That might be our inn right there. Chupetotl? Chupeyotl? Apologies, I cannot speak Aztec very well. I love the names and how it all flows together, but even speaking a bit of Welsh, Aztec is just beyond my means. Oh, it looks like we might be getting into battle with Yvres sooner rather than later. Which kind of sucks, because pretty sure that Chaos is going to burn that city. We'll have to deal with it. Is this going to be an ocean battle between them? Maybe not. Again, I'm not too sure what the pirates of Sartosa are thinking. Maybe the Chaos Forces will hold off trying to take our city, and we can go in and reinforce it and stop them cold. And finish off Yvres so that there's no more civil war. Confederate with Cathik. Then we're definitely rocking. Having all of Ulthuan under one banner would be a good thing, but it does spread out the available cities for the rituals, so there's that. Though, when this ritual is complete, I might do the Dragon Armor of Anarian quest. Get myself some really skookum armor. See what happens. Yeah, looks like there's a fair bit of fighting going on over the ocean. And it does indeed look like Chaos is going to try and fully siege this place out. So we'll see how it goes. Now the reason I'm using Phoenix for this is, aside from the Phoenix Guard and, of course, our Silver Helms, he has the most static troops.
What news? To war!
That will allow us to not have to worry about our best troops being out of the fight.
Moving out.
We're actually going to pop
We march on.
you into March so we can get you all together with our armies, all in reinforcement range. PC, since you've actually done what we wanted you to do, we don't want you to secure influence. That's kind of out there. I'd rather you destroy walls, but
Smash
yeah, we'll
it
get you
to ruins.
grab some influence here. That'll work.
I second this.
I actually want to click on Harkaldra.
Dark-hearted
They don't have that big of a garrison. I'm not seeing any army stacks around. Wonder if we can get a peace treaty with these guys. Doesn't look like it. But with the threat of invasion all but lost, because this particular army stack is not going to stand up against our brave generals, I think that's probably going to be one of the better places to end it for this week. It's been a lot of fun.
It shall fall.
And we have another mage hero who has some interesting choices, we'll say. Evil there. Huh. Right, that's one of the ones we confederated with. We can get you to go over and take that. But yeah, that's probably a good place to end it for this week, guys. I know it's a little bit shorter. I apologize. I'm extremely tired. So, if you liked the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, possibly see your name pop up in one of these Let's Plays, or just to be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes up. Remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.